How did a man who famously lives on Coca-Cola, hamburgers, and junk food become the greatest investor in the world? How did Warren Buffett build a fortune of over $100 billion? Not by chasing risky trends, but by following two simple rules. It sounds almost too simple, right? But behind these two rules is a powerful, life-changing principle. It's a secret that allowed him to turn crises into opportunities and build unshakable wealth. That secret is a concept called the margin of safety. And today, I'm going to show you how this isn't just an investing term, it's a survival principle you can use in your career, your finances, and even your daily life to protect yourself from the unexpected and build a truly resilient future. So, what exactly is this margin of safety? The term was first introduced by Benjamin Graham, the father of value investing and Warren Buffett's mentor. Graham's idea was simple. Only buy an asset when its market price is significantly lower than its real underlying value. Think of it like building a bridge. As Buffett himself explains, if a bridge needs to support a 10-ton truck, you don't build it to hold exactly 10 tons. You build it to hold 30 tons. That extra 20 tons of capacity is your margin of safety. It's your buffer against miscalculations, unexpected stress, or just plain bad luck. In investing, this means if you calculate a company's stock is truly worth $100 per share, you don't buy it at $95. That's too risky. A value investor, using a margin of safety, might wait until the price drops to $60 or even $50. That large gap between the real value and the price you pay is your protection. It's what ensures you don't lose money, even if your calculations are a little off or the company hits a rough patch. Now, let's see how Buffett used this principle to make a fortune. One of the best examples is his investment in American Express back in the 1960s. In 1963, American Express was hit by a massive scandal known as the Salad Oil Scandal. One of its clients, a salad oil company, had secured huge loans using barrels of salad oil as collateral. The problem? The barrels were mostly filled with water. The company went bankrupt, and American Express, which had guaranteed the loans, was on the hook for millions. Wall Street panicked. Everyone assumed American Express would go bankrupt. The stock price plummeted by nearly 50%. It was a moment of maximum fear. But while everyone else was selling, Buffett saw an opportunity. He didn't just look at the scandal, he looked at the fundamental business. He asked a simple question. Has this scandal changed what American Express actually is? So he did his own research. He went to restaurants and banks. He talked to merchants and customers. He saw that people were still using American Express cards and traveler's checks. The brand was still powerful. The scandal had damaged the stock price, but not its core business or its reputation with customers. Buffett calculated that the company's intrinsic value was far, far higher than its crisis-level stock price. The fear on Wall Street had created a massive margin of safety. So he invested 40% of his partnership's capital into American Express stock. What happened next? Within a few years, the company recovered, the fear subsided, and the stock price soared. Buffett's investment multiplied, turning a crisis into one of his most legendary profits. He bought a great business at a ridiculously cheap price, all because he understood the margin of safety. He did the same thing time and time again with companies like Coca-Cola and Apple, buying wonderful businesses when they were temporarily out of favor, giving him a built-in buffer for his investment. Okay, this is fascinating, but most of us aren't Warren Buffett. We're not buying multi-million-dollar stakes in global companies. So how can we apply the margin of safety to our own lives? This is the most important part. The principle isn't just about stocks. It's about creating a buffer in everything you do. Let's start with your personal finances. What is the ultimate financial margin of safety? An emergency fund. An emergency fund is simply a pile of cash. Experts recommend 3 to 6 months' worth of living expenses that you set aside for the unexpected. Think of it as your personal bridge extra capacity. If your monthly expenses are $3,000, a 6-month fund would be $18,000. This money isn't for vacations or a new phone. It's for when your car breaks down, you have an unexpected medical bill, or you lose your job. Without this buffer, a single emergency can force you into high-interest debt, derailing your long-term goals. An emergency fund is your margin of safety. It gives you peace of mind and ensures that a temporary setback doesn't become a permanent crisis. Now, let's talk about your career. In today's world, relying on a single skill or a single job is incredibly risky. Your job security can vanish overnight. So how do you build a margin of safety in your career? By stacking your skills. Don't just be an expert in one thing. Be good at 3 or 4. If you're a graphic designer, learn some basic coding or video editing. If you're a writer, learn about SEO and digital marketing. If you're in sales, take a course on data analysis. Each new skill you add doesn't just add to your abilities, it multiplies your value and makes you more adaptable. It's your professional margin of safety. If your primary role becomes automated or your industry changes, you have other valuable skills to fall back on. You're not a one-trick pony. You're a versatile problem solver. If you run a small business or are a freelancer, the margin of safety is even more critical. What's the #1 reason small businesses fail? They run out of cash. A business margin of safety means always having a cash buffer. This is different from an emergency fund. It's operating capital you don't touch, reserved for slow months, unexpected expenses, or opportunities. When a slow season hits, you can still make payroll. When a key piece of equipment breaks, you can replace it without taking on debt. And when a competitor stumbles, you have the cash to seize the opportunity, maybe by launching a new marketing campaign or hiring their best employee. Don't run your business on fumes. Build a cash cushion. That is your margin of safety against uncertainty and the key to long-term survival. Finally, let's apply this to our most valuable asset, our time. Many of us schedule our days from minute to minute. 8 a.m. meeting, 9 a.m. report, 10 a.m. call. This leaves no room for error. A meeting that runs long, a surprise task from your boss, or even just a moment of creative block can throw your entire day into chaos. The solution: build a margin of safety into your schedule. Leave an hour or two completely unscheduled each day. This isn't wasted time. It's your buffer. You can use it to catch up if you fall behind, deal with unexpected problems, or even, if everything goes smoothly, use it to think, plan, or learn. It reduces stress, prevents burnout, and ultimately makes you more effective. It's the margin of safety that allows you to handle the chaos of life without breaking. So let's bring it all together. The margin of safety, a principle born from the world of investing, is really a profound philosophy for life. It's about acknowledging that the future is uncertain. Errors will be made. Bad luck will happen. Instead of trying to predict the future perfectly, you build a buffer that protects you when you're wrong. Whether it's an emergency fund to protect your finances, a stack of skills to protect your career, a cash buffer to protect your business, or unscheduled time to protect your sanity, the principle is the same. Create a gap between what you have and what you need. That gap is where resilience is born. It's where you find the freedom to take calculated risks. It's the secret to not just surviving, but thriving in an unpredictable world. It's how you ensure you never truly lose. So my question for you is, where in your life do you need to build a bigger margin of safety? Let me know in the comments below. Share your own stories or tips about how you create buffers in your life. I read every single one. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more ideas that help you build a wealthier, wiser life.